Hi everyone, I hope you are well. So it's been about 1 year since I moved to Amsterdam and I wanted to make a video about the pros and cons of living here. And I have quite a lot to say, so I'm going to split this into two videos. This is just going to be about the pros and I will make a second video about the cons. So without further ado, let's get started. Scenery. There are loads of very beautiful areas here, and you've got this combination of canals, old and new architecture, greenery, wildlife, the shops, the streets, and especially on a sunny day when all of this comes together, I don't have even words for it. It takes my breath away. It stops me in my tracks. And I really hope that I never become blasé about this, because there are so many little spots of very understated beauty here, and I can hardly believe sometimes that I even live here. Recycle and reuse. I really admire the attitude here towards recycling and reusing items. For recycling, when you throw away your trash, there are separate bins for different things like glass, textiles, cardboard, and general waste. And when it comes to reusing items, there are a wide range of shops with different pre-loved items like designer labels, baby clothes, or even denim. So there is one particular type of shop that I was really surprised with. Forgive me for this pronunciation. It is called a kringloopwinkel, and it's kind of like a thrift store, and it's where you can buy all sorts of items, so smaller items right up to very large items like a washing machine, a piano, a bed, a sofa. So yeah, I was really taken aback, especially with the larger items. I've never seen that before, like being sold secondhand like that. I am really impressed with the attitude here, especially when it comes to reusing items, because it is not only great for your pocket, but it is great for the environment as well. Payment. So first of all, Amsterdam is very cashless. Most of the items that you pay for will be by card, and on top of that there is Apple Pay, which is where you can just use your phone to hover above the card reader and it will take the money. There's also the Dutch banking system, Ideal, and it's very clever in that it involves scanning a QR code and then being able to pay immediately, so you don't have to keep re-entering debit card or credit card details. And then for social situations, say you go out with a group of friends, one person pays for the bill and then they need to get money back from everybody, there is an app called Tiki, and it allows you to make payment back to your friend literally within 30 seconds. So overall, the way that you pay for things here is much more straightforward, and it just makes life so much easier. Walking. So you're probably thinking, what on earth am I talking about? And I know this sounds a little bit ridiculous, but I really appreciate being able to just walk here and wander around without worrying too much about where I'm going. And the pavements here have been built, they've been built with the right materials, they've been constructed well, the different areas are connected, so the infrastructure is good, and it's very easy to walk, it's not hazardous. And this is really not the case for some areas in Asia that I've lived in. In certain areas, they haven't used the right materials to build the pavement. It's just like very dangerous, especially when it's wet. It's hard to walk. It's hazardous sometimes because there's a lot of broken bits or like potholy bits, or it's not easy to walk, and different areas are not connected. It's just not pedestrian friendly. So yeah, I know it sounds ludicrous, but I really appreciate being able to wander around here safely. Transport. So there are quite a number of fairly reliable forms of public transport here. So you've got the tram, the train, the bus, the ferry. I'm probably missing another one, but there are lots of different types of public transport here that you can access. On top of that, you have the option of having your own bike here, and the biking infrastructure is really, really good. If you had to pick a country in the world where you feel safe riding a bike, this would absolutely be one of them. So connectivity here is really strong, and of course it does depend on your situation, but I would say that generally speaking, you don't need a car here. You can absolutely get by with public transport. Retail. Now, I have a few things to say about the retail here, and the first one is about the opening hours. Generally speaking, shops here will open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and there is variation to this. Some don't open on a Sunday, some open later on a Monday. Now, compare this to Kuala Lumpur, where first of all there are a ton of shopping malls, and these will open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And yes, that from a consumer point of view, that's great. We basically can shop whenever we want, but it is not great for the people that work in those shops. It's hard on them. So I have a lot of respect for the opening hours here, because it means that people that work in those shops, they can still have a life outside of working. And when you look at the high street, there is a lot of variety. It's not like chain after chain after chain. There are a lot of independent shops, and it's really nice to see that. And some of them are quite quirky, and it just brings more. There's more variety, so that's really nice. I really like how shop assistants here don't incessantly follow you around the shop, because that does happen in certain countries, and it drives me bonkers when they constantly follow me around. Personally, for me, I do not need that when I go shopping. So yeah, I really like it how shop assistants here, they greet you, smile at you, and they leave you to it. Please hit that like button if you are enjoying this video. Thank you so much. English. So this is definitely a pro and a con, so I'll be putting this in the con section as well. But from the point of view of, moving here, so you're moving to your new country and you've got to do all the things associated with that, the fact that a lot of people here speak English is definitely a pro, because it means that you don't feel as lost, you can ask for help a lot easier, and you can ultimately settle in here much quicker. Museums. When it comes to museums, Amsterdam is by no means short of museums. There are so many to choose from, and if you are living in Amsterdam or living in the Netherlands, it's really worth considering buying a museum card, which is valid for a year and will let you get entry into many museums, not just in Amsterdam. Size. So my point of comparison is actually, I'm using London because I lived there for quite a few years, and traveling within London it can take a very long time sometimes, if you're going from one end to the other. Whereas with Amsterdam is a much smaller city, and it's way more manageable if you're going from one end to the other. It doesn't take a super long time. Yeah, I really like that. Of course I miss London, but the time that you have to put in for travel is sometimes very tiring. And just a small point, the water here, it tastes so good. It comes straight from the tap and it just tastes so good. It's not that I'm crazy about water, but we all need to drink water, right? So it might as well be great tasting water. Thank you so much for watching. If I've missed any points, please let me know in the comments below, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Thanks again. Goodbye.